Hi, and welcome to 2023. This is a good year for you, Taurus, because we've got a lot going on in and around your sign. And the first thing to look at is 1st of January, Jupiter is in a different sign, in a different house. Jupiter's moved into Aries and it's your 12th house. Now, while this is Jupiter's travelling through your 12th house, things will be happening in the background, in your unconscious, internally. And you may not be aware of them, but there's changes going on in the background. And there'll be dreams that maybe come through, there'll be synchronicities happening. And this is all colluding to put you in the right place and to get your mind ready for when Jupiter moves into your sign and your house later on in the year. On the 9th of January, we have the Black Moon moving house and sign. Now, this is the first of two transits that it will make. It's moving very quickly this year, as a lot of the planets are moving quickly at the first half of the year. So the Black Moon is our shadow side. It's the side we are least familiar with, and it can rise up and rear its ugly head sometimes. And with the Black Moon moving into Leo, this could be arrogance, this could be selfishness. So if someone says, oh, you're being arrogant, you're being selfish, or you're being vain, then that's the shadow side that's coming out. Now, the thing about Leo is that you need to work on your relationship with others. You need to develop perhaps talents or spot the talents in others and then make the most of them, get them to use their talents, and that will in turn benefit you. Now, the whole thing about the Black Moon Leo is about a fear of change. It's a fear of letting go of the past and a fear of moving on. So you need to overcome that this year as well. This is all happening in your 4th house. This is the very foundation of your life. So this foundation may be shaken, it may be changed, it may be revised, it may be updated. But the thing is not to fear the past, not to fear what's going to happen. Let go of the past and embrace the future. 2023 is a year of great change and positive change if you can harness and work with the energies. On the 13th of January, Mars turns direct, and this is good because it's in your 2nd house. This is the house of finances and possessions, and this can be a real benefit because you can harness that Mars energy to make changes within your financial status. And if you're looking for other work, it's a good time to look for a new job. Then on the 23rd, this is followed by Uranus going direct. Now, Uranus is in your 1st house. Uranus has been there for some time now, and you must be more familiar with the way that Uranus is bringing the change forward. Again, it's time to embrace this and to take on anything new and exciting that Uranus has to offer. There are 2 more heavyweight planets moving sign and house in March. The first is Saturn. Saturn moves from your 10th house into the 11th. This is moving into Pisces. Now, the 11th house is the house of networking. It's the house of friends and groups. So there'll be a lot of effort, a lot of organisation that's going in to these areas. Also, it's your hopes and dreams for the future. So Saturn is there to teach you to structure your life, structure your hopes and wishes so that goals are easily attainable, and that you find happiness and success in achieving those goals. Then with Pluto, Pluto's moving into the 10th house. This is the house of destiny, the house of career. So there'll be transformations happening over the coming years in this area. Now, it could be that eventually there'll be a change of job, or there could be a change of your public standings. There's also the 10th house represents how you represent yourself in public. So there's chances for increasing the power that you have, increasing your awareness of the world, and also to establish your status. The 20th of April, we have our first eclipse of the year. Now, this year there's 4 eclipses. They're all in different signs and different houses because the moon's nodes, which go backwards through the chart, are moving sign and house. They're moving from Taurus, your sign, into Aries, and the south node is moving from Scorpio into Libra. So this change has taken place during the year. This is why we get those different eclipses. But 3 of the eclipses are going to affect you very, very much indeed. The first one on the 20th is part of the Taurus 7 North series. Now this eclipse is a very sensual eclipse. It brings lust, it brings passion, it brings great desire, and it comes with a big surge of energy. But this is happening in your 12th house, so this may come unexpectedly from within. Now the eclipse is in Aries. It's at 29.50 minutes of Aries, so it's almost in Taurus, so that you could feel the effect of this eclipse relating to your first house very easily. And if you're born in the first 10 degrees of Taurus, the first 10 days, it's going to be incredibly passionate time. Now, the other eclipse on the 5th of May is of the same series. This is a lunar eclipse, and this is in Scorpio. This is your opposite sign. So again, there's going to be a lot of passion and desire. This could come from someone else, because this is in the 7th house of others. So there could be a reversal here going on. Now, the thing is to make sure that you meet the needs of others and balance those with your own needs. And eclipses, as you know, are wild cards, so you need to be ready for anything happening. On the 18th of June, we see Saturn going on its first retrograde in Pisces. But this will give you time to simulate what you've learned in the first 3 months of the new sign and the new house. And then on the 17th of July, we have those nodes we said were leaving your sign and moving into Aries and Libra. Now, the North node in Aries means it's going to transit into your 12th house. Now, this is the house of spirituality, and the North Node is always our spiritual way forward. So this is a fantastic position for the North Node. So over the next year, you should be able to connect with the spirit world more readily and interact well with the spiritual side of your nature. Now, with the South Node being in your 6th house, this is great for work, it's great for doing and achieving. This is great for your daily routines and putting energy into and using your talents, especially in that area. On the 17th of May, Jupiter moves into your sign of Taurus. This will give you a big boost of confidence. This will give you the initiative to grow, expand, and make positive changes, mainly in your appearance and your personality and how you deal with things. This will give you a big boost. And this will happen for some months until Jupiter goes retrograde beginning of September. So the work will then temporarily be put on hold until later in the year when Jupiter goes direct again. Then we have another retrograde. This is quite a important one for you because it's your ruler Venus. Venus doesn't go retrograde as often as some of the other planets, so it's quite rare. But Venus goes retrograde the end of July 28th until September. So this is a time when relationships will go through a bit of a rocky period. It's not a good time for moving in or cementing a relationship. Definitely not a good time for getting married because Venus is not at her best, so to speak, and problems, difficulties can arise. On the 4th of October, the Black Moon changes sign and house again. This time moves into Virgo, and this is your 5th house. Now, the effect of the Black Moon in the Virgo sign is a fear of failure. It's a very self-critical area of the chart to have the Black Moon. So this is a difficult one for you, and it's also in the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of enjoyment, of fun, of romance, of creativity, and there's going to be difficulties there as well. You won't feel like you're wanting to have fun and go out and socialise, but you have to rebuild. You have to reinvent yourself in that way, and you have to realise that okay, there are failures in life, but we learn and we grow with experience from our failures. So don't be afraid to do things, and don't concentrate too much on the negative side. Look at the positive side. You can make changes, you can evolve, you can enlist other people, you can talk to other people, ask and find out how they overcome things. And this is a time now to use your creativity, use your social side to make adjustments necessary to overcome this shadow side. 14th of October, we see our third eclipse, and the fourth one being on the 28th. Now, these two eclipses, this pair, the Sun solar eclipse and the Moon lunar eclipse, belong to a different series to the ones earlier in the year. These belong to the Taurus 7 South series, and this is a totally different feel to this eclipse. Again, Pluto's involved in this eclipse when it was born way back, but this is a square between Mars that's involved with Pluto this time. So there's power, there's energy, but there's also anger and a lot of forcefulness that comes with this eclipse. Now, there's good and bad that comes with these. And obviously, the one on the 14th is in Libra, so that's in your 6th house. So things will happen around the work area, around the daily routines that you go into, and there could be massive changes here because this eclipse can remove obstacles from right out of the way very quickly. And also, it can, on the negative side, bring and manifest big problems that you need to overcome. So, one way or another, things will move very, very quickly. And then the last one is in your sign of Taurus. This is a lunar eclipse, 5 degrees Taurus. So, if you're born in the first half of Taurus, this is going to affect you quite clearly. And this will involve you personally because the first house is where this is going to appear. So, this will be very good if you've got blockages, if you've got things that you've been afraid of or you've been too frightened to attempt. This is a good time now. This may be able to clear the way, this eclipse, and you'll be able to go forward with flying colours. But on the other hand, it could manifest a problem that is quite serious and you'll need to overcome that. Either way, things will move rapidly with this eclipse. The retrograde planets suddenly start to go back into direct motion, starting with Saturn in November, on the 5th of November, and then followed by Neptune and Chiron in December. So things will gradually start to gather more momentum again, and we'll be up to full speed going into 2024. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and we look forward to a prosperous year ahead.